We just wanted to start our presentation by explaining what each of us had researched. So Marissa's paper was on career management and the impact information about careers help ease our anxiety and the importance of mentors when helping to prepare for a career. Michael had gone over how leaders should solve problems within the workplace, and he broke down the difference between tame and wicked problems and what can be done as solutions and how leaders really are problem solvers. I had gone over motivation in the workplace and why we need motivation, why it's important, the theories and theorists behind it, and how we're able to create it. And ultimately, Kaylee went over personality in her paper. She highlighted characteristics of personality and the applications of different theories of personality. And we decided to present on Kaylee's paper because of how interactive the topic was in class and just how it's super engaging and how everybody has a unique personality that affects the environment of a workplace.
About personality anyways. Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. This is why personality is so important. Personality types can be a huge indicator as to how well people in an office space will get along with each other. So if you have people of high energy, low energy, introvert, extroverts, some people want to be left alone, some people are micromanagers and want to know everything that's going on. When you have a huge group like that don't work well together because the personality types clash, they might not get along. And if they don't get along, it makes it harder for them to work effectively together. That's my second point. Not only can it dictate if people get along in an office, it can influence how effectively people can work together. The opposite is true. When you have a diverse group of people with different personality types that work well together, then you can make good work and have good products that come out well and effectively. So when you look at the show The Office, you have a group of people who have vastly different personality types and they clash all the time. And yes, it's for some comedy effect, but it can also be a good lesson. For businesses, if they want to have effective work done, they need to have people with personality types that work well with each other. If people in an office space clash and can't work effectively together, the company will not do well.
So, one reason why this topic is so important to know is because it gives us an idea of different personality characteristics within organizations. And 3 characteristics that have a large influence on individual behavior within organizations are core self-evaluations, self-monitoring, and positive and negative effect. So, core self-evaluation is a broad set of personality traits that refers to a person's self-concept, and it consists of a person's self-esteem, self-efficacy, locus control, and emotional stability. And people can use this in order to predict goal-directed behavior and performance within an organization. Self-monitoring is the extent in which people base their behavior off of cues from others. So if someone is a high self-monitor, then they tend to pay closer attention to what is appropriate in certain situations based off of other people's behaviors, and they act accordingly. Whereas if someone is a low self-monitor, then they will not pay as much attention to others and how they are acting in situations, and they will just act how they see fit within the situation. And because of this, low self-monitors tend to behave more consistent in situations than high self-monitors do, but high self-monitors tend to be promoted more often than low self-monitors are. Positive and negative effect. Persistent mood dispositions at work also have effects on people. So because of this, people who focus on positive effects of themselves, others, and the world around them are said to have positive effects and have higher job satisfaction, are more likely to help others, and tend to live happier lives. Whereas people who focus on the negative in themselves, others, and the world around them are said to have a negative effect and tend to experience more stress, are less cooperative, and create higher group conflict.
So we're going to talk about the influence of personality within our lives. So we're going to start personality. What is personality? A relatively stable set of characteristics that influence an individual's behavior. There are two major theories of personality, which are trait theory and integrative approach. And as you can see, there is a cute picture over there. Trait theory. What is that? Personality researchers believe that to understand the individuals, we must break down behavior pattern into a series of observable traits. So what are they? 16 personality trait. Raymond Kettle identified 16 traits that form the basis for differences in individuals' behavior, such as tension, vigilance, warmth, and etc. So what is integrative approach? It's the broad theory that describes personality as a composite of an individual's psychological process. Dispositions are defined as a tendency of individuals to respond to situation in consistent ways. Influenced by both genes and experience, dispositions can be modified. So what are the dispositions? They are emotions, expectancy, cognitions, fantasies, and attitude.